Well, guess what? Time it is. It is Real Talk with Kevin Brock, and it is
7 o'clock, right on the
7.
money. Awesome, Stony. Great job, buddy.
Hey, we're getting good at this, right?
Hey, we are knocking it out. Knocking it out. Do we have a cool show for you guys tonight? This is going to be awesome. We're going to talk about what's hot, what's not. We're going to talk about some bass water techniques, some cold water bass water techniques, some steelhead, somewhere you can still get some king salmon. What? King salmon still open? Yes. Stay tuned and I'll tell you where in California. And they roped them today. Absolutely just limits releasing big fish, big chrome, bright, mean coastal fish. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about what happened this week. We'll talk about little May dog May got spayed. We'll talk about I've got a port in. We're going to show you that. That got put in. I got infused yesterday with the new inline port, they call it. It's pretty cool technology now that they've got. We'll talk about that and, just cover the normal stuff and probably lose topic a few times on the way, but that's okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, how about you? How was your week, Stony? Good?
The real estate market must be doing something because we started off slow and going into a new month. November, December tends to slow down, but we were slammed today and yesterday in the rain. We got some amazing pictures that everybody wants to cancel their jobs in the rain. And I'm like, no, it's the best time to shoot. Everything is evenly lit. It's great. And yeah, we pulled it off. So yeah, things are picking up.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, hey, let's just jump right into it. Let's that's amazing. I'm glad you're busy, and I hope everybody else is busy out there too. God bless you all, and hopefully the finances are flowing in. Hopefully your health is good, and hopefully you're happy.
I'm always happy.
Happy. I would like to say I'm always happy, but reality is there's times I'm not. I was at the
Right.
vet today, and I had May spayed, and we decided not to breed her. She's just gotten too old, 8 years old. So they said, to limit complications, go ahead and get her spayed.
Right.
I am very reluctant to do that, but I went ahead and did it. Now I've been kind of just edgy all day, and of course they tell you, oh, it's going to be $400, and you get there and it's or 450, and then you get there and it's 660, and they tell
Right.
me, oh, they had complications doing it, and she's really fat. I'm looking at her. I'm like, if you guys all know May, she's not fat.
No, not at all.
She's not even close to fat. She's a fine-tuned duck hunting getting machine, and so now she's going to be held off for 2 weeks. But anyway, and I was thinking about it, and I was trying to be nice, but I don't think that I portrayed niceness. So, I mean, it's not always, but we sure try. We sure try. But I wasn't mean, but I wasn't like, hey, how you doing? I wasn't like striking up a conversation or anything. I'm like, okay, why is it 660 when you told me 450?
Right.
And they're like, well, this, and she was really fat, and da 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 da. And I'm like, what? Who are you talking about?
She's probably talking about me. Talking about me.
I
I'm
didn't.
really fat.
No, you're losing weight. You can talk about that too. How your back pain's been going away. That's an answer to prayer too.
Oh
For
yeah.
us on our side to help fix you, and you're finding out that some weight drop is working for you. So that's awesome. What do we got going on the coast? I'm just going to jump right into it because it's the most exciting thing that's going on right now. Hands down by far, our California Feather River, American River, McCollum River, the little band-aid season that was given to us to fish for salmon, is closed. But what's still open is the Smith River. The Smith River in California is the one of the, is it's not one of it is the last undammed river in California. Um, Still holds the state record steelhead of 27.4 pounds, which I almost broke. Well, one of my clients did, but on our boat we were about a pound away, 9 ounces away from that. Pretty awesome, but catching those big old monster steelhead. But the Smith River, if you've never been there, is in Jedediah State Park. It's in a national redwood forest on the California-Oregon border. right out of Crescent City. There's a little town there. It's called Hiuchi, Hiouchi, a little Indian name, and runs right through the Smith River. The guys, my buddies, drift boat fishermen, hardcore salmon guides, whacked them today.
Nice.
Absolutely whacked them. The water came up. It rained yesterday, and the water shot up. It's going to come down. It's going to fish great tomorrow. It fished great today, and then it's going to bump up again. All those salmon that were waiting to come in are pushing in the system. I'm not saying it's going to be good for a week. I don't know how good I don't know the water projections, but I know today they whacked them. Water came up and it was good. So if you can just drop ship and head up to the coast, if you want to catch some salmon, get up there now. It is the time. Big old quick fish, plug bites, big lures, 16s. I make a 17. It's an absolute dynamite lure for up there for flatlining. And those fish moving through, charging through will just crush it. They're mean. They're out of the ocean. They're mad. They're angry. They're like, get out of my way, big lure. I mean, they'll eat it to where you got, out of the 6 hooks of the treble hooks you got on there, 2 trebles, so you got 6 points on there. 5 of them will be wedged in their face. Sometimes they eat it that good. So that's pretty dang exciting. The Trinity River, my buddy Justin Thompson over there, look him up. I think you can find him through Jeff Goodwin, Jeff Goodwin's guide service. But anyway, Justin Thompson, look him up. They've been stroking them on the Trinity River for steelhead. So if you're wanting some steelhead fishing, that's been good. But I'm not talking little jack-sized king salmon. I'm talking these salmon cannot get up to 40, 50. There's been even 60. I don't know about today. I haven't been confirmed. But I know guys over the years have caught fish over 60 pounds on the Smith River. That's a monster king. A monster fall run, late fall, winter, whatever you want to call it, run that is just awesome. So the Smith River is kicking it out. And what's going to fall right behind that? Oregon. The Chetco is going to come into shape. I mean, they were catching fish there already. Andy Martin up there in Brookings, look him up. He's a good dude. He's got a lot of good guides fishing for him, and he's a good guide himself. They're catching fish. They were catching fish this week on bobbers and eggs, little sand shrimp. But with this water coming up, I'm not sure about the Chetco. I didn't look at the gauges tonight. I didn't look at the projection. But whether it's going to fish tomorrow or the next day, but it's going to fish is the point. And it's what all the fish have been waiting for, and they're going to push up there. I told you we should have drove up there last night.
Right.
May was being spayed today. I'm not up there. I had an infusion yesterday. Real life kind of kicking our butt right now, and so we couldn't be there. But we can live it through my buddies, and they're catching some monster king salmon on the Smith River. Get a hold of someone. Call up there. Call Andy Martin, and he's out of Brookings. West Coast, Wild Coast, something like that, Wild Coast Rivers. You can look him up, Andy Martin, and you get with him. When we plug other people, other guys, other dudes are like, well, why are you doing that? They're your competition. These guys aren't my competition, and I don't mean to sound that or say that arrogantly. They're my friends. They're buddies who go up there. They're making a living guiding up there. They're pulling on the oars. They're running their motors. They're sleeping. They're traveling a long ways. It's not easy being a guide, especially a full-time guide, making it.
Yeah, and Kevin, along those lines, right? So when you talk about competition, even in my business of doing photography, I get a lot of people that get, I try to reach out to build some alliances with, be friends with, and what I find is that when you're really successful and you know what you do and you do things by the book and you do it right, a lot of these guys, even in my world, they get threatened by it when you're trying to do the right thing, and all of a sudden, you're doing great and everything's going well, and they just back off, and now you're a threat, now you're a competition, when in your mindset, I know who you are, I know how you are, you're not that way, and neither am I. It's not a competition. We're all here to learn, to do well, and prosper, and if you want to think it's competing well, that's on you, not on me, right? Same with you.
Yeah, yeah. No, thanks for that. And you're exactly right. Now, on the flip side of that, I love seeing other people catch fish. I want other boats to catch fish, but I want to get some too.
Yes.
But I always said I never wanted to be the only guy catching them, because then it's just the other guy takes you, and then people start calling you a liar. And it's good when everybody's catching them and you're catching them, and the clients are happy, and you just work it that way. Now, there was a time earlier in my career when I pushed hard to get them, but I would never say, oh, I got so many to build me up, because I tell my clients to keep it low down, because all I cared about was that the clients were happy. The guides weren't paying my bills, so but I wasn't, throwing it in their face. Every guide has their day. There's some guys that are more consistent, a little more fishy. It's just part of it. There's some guys on the basketball court that score a few more points. That's part of the game. Okay, that's just how it is. But overall, you're all out there. You're all working hard. They've got clients in their boat, just like you've got clients in your boat. So you don't want to be like, oh, I got 6 today. Oh, I got 7 today. Oh, I got 9 today. Oh, because you know what? That day you're going to end up at the boat ramp when everything went wrong. You had guys that couldn't cast. You had the fish wouldn't bite your bait. It happens. If you fish enough, if you fish hundreds of days a year, it can happen. It can happen. And, no matter, it just is one of those days where it just went bad. I've caught them, I'm thinking steelhead, I've caught them on the first cast, and I've caught them on the last cast. And there's been days I've caught them everywhere, every hole in between. And then there was days where I was like, why can't I get a bite? And then I'm pulling into the boat ramp, and I look behind me, and some guy that doesn't even know where he's supposed to be casting, throw it, and he hooks one. And you're just like, oh, there's no justice. I'm not upset with them. I'm glad for them. I'm just like, man, I worked so hard. I wanted that bite. I wanted everybody to get the bite. So the point is, I want everybody to catch the fish.
Right.
So, do we go the extra mile, do different things to our bait, make sure this is done, make sure that's done, make sure that's prepped? Yeah. Preparation, always keeps anxiety down. Preparation will always prosper.
Right.
Perfect preparation, prosper. What is the 3 P's? Is that what it is? Perfection, whatever. But preparation. Get up to the Smith River is what I'm saying. If you can get up there, drive tonight, drive tomorrow, call some guides, get up there. Lots of guys are up there. Who else? Stanton's up there. Just lots of different guides are up there. Just call around, check on, hit Smith River online, and someone will pop up. So that's pretty cool. And lots of guys ran up there. Oh, what a nice evening. What a nice evening. Poor dog's not happy. They got her all shaved. And then they got my wife singing in the background. She's all happy. She's got her earplugs in so she can't hear me. We've got the system down. Yeah. There you go. That's a good present there, guys. Yeah.
Those earbuds. Yeah, I like to wear the earbuds so I can't hear the wife either.
Yeah, no, she can't hear me talk at all. She's just in a great place. So that's awesome. But May's resting and breathing, so she was okay. She went out today, but they cut her open. But they said that they should dissolve, and she should be running around in a couple of weeks. We'll check on her next week and see what happens. That'll be good. Meeting some buddies in the morning. We're doing a little steelhead fishing. Oh, how many of you guys got out to do a little deer hunting this year? Deer hunting season was good. We were able to get out a little bit. Shot a nice buck one early morning, so that was cool. And yeah, that's always fun. Lots of guys out there, lots of friends and family got deer this year. So yeah, we are hunters, and I think we gutted that deer and had it all skinned up, and then I think we'll go process it tomorrow afternoon. We'll see if we got time to do that. And we're just touching base with lots of people. So that was a blessing. Got to go out and do some duck and goose hunting. That was a lot of fun. I went out and with some friends, and we all got together and got to shoot some birds. So that was a blast. And the hunt was good. That whatever that windy day was, a couple days ago, windy in that storm, we hunted then. So yeah, not only do we fish a lot, but we'll do a little trigger time also. So that's fun. Check this out. Talk about operations. So a week ago, did I talk about my port being put in?
You did.
Did I show that?
A little bit, yes.
Okay. I can't remember if it was. Did I show where the searchers went in and everything? I don't know.
Show us again.
This is what. Okay, check this out. This is what technology can do now. This is called a power port. And if any of you do a lot of chemo, do a lot of needles, do a lot of infusions, if you don't have one of these, get it. Ask your doctor, ask your PCP, your primary care physician about that. Get them going. Get a referral in and make this happen. So they put you out. They cut you open. And so, let me move forward here a little bit. Check this thing out. Oh, here's this side. So, this right here, this little lump right here, you can see that lump right there. Everything's opposite. It's under the skin. That's the port right there. And they just take a needle and they numb this all before. And they just take a needle now, boop, it goes right in. Now this is over my heart. This is what UC Davis can do for you. You can see right here, check this out. You can see the tube going up over my collarbone, right to there. And then boom, down into one of the main arteries, right into my heart. That's it right there. So they can infuse that, pop it in. They did it yesterday. And they pump all the blood in there. And then you got to flush it. You got to flush it every month. But I get infusions every month anyway, so it doesn't matter. And they put like 5 milliliters of heparin in there. And that just keeps it's like WD-40 in your veins. It just keeps the thing from rusting in there. Keeps any of the blood from clogging it up, because we don't want that to happen. So anyway, all they care about is infection and stuff like that, and keep a close eye on it. But in a power port, you have less chance of infection than you do with all the needles. And when your veins get bad, like mine have, from so many infusions, I mean, I get 28 to 30 infusions a year to keep me alive. A lot of people don't realize that, because they look at you and they think you're just doing fine. I am doing fine, and I'm alive because God has enabled me to be alive. And, I give the glory to Him on that. But these veins get to the point where they put needles in there, and they'll go down to like the smallest needle, like a number 26, 22, 24 size needle, and they can't even get it in the veins. And then they got to go the sound. And then you got bruises all over you, and they're jabbing you and sticking you. And, you can take pain, but after a while, you're just like, man, the power port is it. It's still sore, still tender right there, and you can feel the lump. But check this out. I'm a fisherman, and I'm right-handed. I set the hook with my right hand. I'm also a shotgunner and a rifle shooter, right? So where do you put the butt pad if you're a right-hander? You put it on the right side, right? Well, you can't have that port right there when you're shooting at geese and ducks and blazing away, right? So I talked to the doctor. I'm like, hey, doc, he's a cool guy. I'm like, I want it on the left side. He's like, well, normally we put them on the right side because, it doesn't go directly into the heart, and everything. And I'm like, I'm alive. Put it in the left side. They put it in the left side for me. So how cool is that, huh? This little baby right here is supposed to last me 10 years. 10 years in that thing, under the skin. How about that? How about technology? No more poking, no more jabbing, no more, no more all that, none of that stuff. No more. And they can draw blood. So what I say, I get poked 28 times a year. That's if they get the veins every time. A lot of times it takes them 2 or 3 times to get it. So times that by 3, plus I get blood drawn every couple months. So add another 6 onto that. I mean, it could be where I was getting 100 needles a year stuck in me. And after a while, you're just like, all right, I'm done. I mean, you can handle pain, but I'm like, I'm tired of this, you know? So anyway, my advice to anybody out there who's been through the medical field, that has to get infusions, and they're worried about it, don't be worried. They give you lidocaine and Varin or Vafrin or something like that. It'll make you feel great. You'll just be like, oh, everything's fine. Your muscles will be all relaxed. Muscle relaxer. They put you out. They cut you. They put it all in. Boom, boom, boom. You wake up. It's all good. A couple weeks later, this was done. What? A week ago?
Yep.
Week and a half ago? Week and a half ago, something like that. I mean, it's been less than 10 days, and they're already using it. How cool? How cool is the medical profession now?
No, it was great. My wife went through cancer last year, and she was in the same boat. Infusions, once a month, and she was getting poked all the
and
time.
is she cancer free now?
She is cancer free now, so she's been cancer free for a year.
Thank you, Lord. And for everyone who's cancer free out there going through that, we pray for you. And hang in there, keep strong. Back to you, Tony.
Yeah, no, it's just, the port is an amazing thing. She actually had hers taken out. It was a 10-year type thing, but she's like, you know what, I'm done. I don't want this thing, on my chest here. And so she actually had it removed, and she's kind of already made the decision that no more, if she ever gets cancer again, she's done. She's like, I'm not doing it. It's her second bout with cancer. So she says the third time, I'm not doing it. And that's, everybody's got to make their own choices.
Yeah, sometimes you go through a point of life. I mean, the risk and reward, and what's your, quality of life. And, for me, as long as I kept my brain halfway, I could still write, or I could still talk, or I could still call somebody. I felt like I was doing some good still in the world. But, I mean, man, when you're totally just wiped out, and then the radiation, and then the chemo again, and it just floors you, and you can't think straight, and you're just got, people can make their own choices.
Yep.
Some people say, I don't want to go through that. Some people just say, hey, I'm going to pray. Some people get healed. Some people don't. That's up to God. That's kind of how that all goes. And it's not like a thing where he says, oh, you've been bad, so you're getting punished, you're going to die. No, it's not like that. And there's reasons. In the big scheme of things, we don't even know why. But, there's reasons for that. But anyway, port. I recommend the port, the inline power port. If you can get one put in, they're awesome. All your blood work, all your everything goes through there. Less risk of infection, less risk of problems, no more needles. I mean, they put one little one in there, but it's not like it's going into a vein. I mean, it's going just right underneath the skin. And like I said, they just numb that. They give you this little numbing like lidocaine,
Right.
You just put a little lidocaine on there, and then you don't even feel a thing. And honestly, they didn't do that to me this time because I just kind of wanted to see how it would feel. That little pinprick right there was nothing compared to the hundreds in between your knuckles, on top of your wrist, up in your arm, up in your veins, up here, or you couldn't even move your arm for a couple days. You're all bruised in there. Yeah, nothing compared to that.
Absolutely.
So, anyway, all right, let's talk about fishing. But I got a right hand that I can set the hook with, and I won't be tearing no port out. Yeah.
Very good.
Shoot. Ooh. I shot that deer with that port in there. I think I was 3 days into it.
Wow.
Shot a big old gun. Boom, rolled him over. So, yeah, that was cool. Yeah, and so shot geese and ducks with the port in there. It was interesting because I talked to the lady, and this is right. She said on the left side, though, your seatbelt goes across there. And I have noticed that driving. I'll hold that, because right now it's still tender, it rubs on that thing a little bit. So, you can get one of them little fuzzy wuzzy pads, one of them sheepskin pad things to go across there, and that'll help.
Yeah, my mother-in-law has one of those, or had one of those when she drove, but
Yep, just like that. So you can make it work. Has the weather been gorgeous or what? I mean, I know it was windy and rainy yesterday a little bit, but I mean, this whole last week has been fantastic. Steelhead on the feather, still good. Fly fishing guys are catching fish every single day, fly fishing. These fish take a beating over here, and they just keep biting. So that's pretty cool. A lot of fish from 2 to 4 pounds. They're not your big coastal steelhead, but they are fun to catch on fly rods or light line. And it's okay once in a while to keep one that's got a little fin clip on it. Keep one of them and lay him right on the barbecue. Flip him over, use little Johnnies on there. I've got a little Kevin Brock seasoning that we make for steelhead and salmon and stuff. Shake a little bit of that out. If you like the heat, if you like it a little hot, I got a Cajun one. Shake a little on there, flip it, you're good to go. Oh, not only that, check this out. Our family, some of our family was here from Idaho, and so we wanted to show them a good time, and so we drove up Highway 32, because it's windy, that's why I'm doing that, and we drove up Highway 32, and we were looking at all the fall colors. And I mean, it was spectacular. There was reds and greens and yellows and browns and everything mixed in between. And it was just gorgeous. And it was a gorgeous day. I don't remember what day it was, 3 or 4 days ago. I mean, it was, 70 degrees, high 60s, just gorgeous. So we go up there and we stop at Deer Creek Falls. And actual salmon make it up to Deer Creek Falls. It's pretty cool. And we kind of worked our way down there, and we had lunch right at the falls, poured over, and there's a rainbow there. I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's Northern California at its finest. So we were running out of time, and I thought, well, and I just happened to, just because, threw in a little trout rod. Now, trout season is open, I believe, till November 18th or 15th or whatever that Sunday is. Check your regs, but somewhere right around there, still open till the streams. And so I'm like, well, some places it's closed. Check your regulations. So I go up there, and I'm like, well, let's hike down to this little hole down here. It's a hole that I fished before. And if there's any fish that are going to bite, they'll be in this hole, and we'll see if we can catch some. So I got little Benson with me, my little nephew. He's like 5, working on 6. And then I got Emmett. He's like 16. And then Callie, she's like, 7 or 8, something like that. Yeah, she's just a little firecracker. And then you got Leah, and she's like 13, 14, somewhere around. Anyway, so we got them all there. I go down there, and I kind of glance over. The sun's kind of glistening on the water. Ooh, and I see this little trout. And I'm like, right on. There's a couple in there. So I got my little trout rod, little light line, little 4-pound test, fluorocarbon line. And I'm like, I flip it out there, a little single salmon egg. It doesn't go 2 feet. One's got it.
Nice.
So I let Benson reel it in, And so I don't walk, here's a little trick on streams, you guys. Don't walk right up to the edge. If this is a stream right here. Don't walk right up to the edge and then cast. Your shadow, your presence, your whatever it is not natural. It's foreign. And they'll feel you kind of stomping around on the ground too. And they spook. And then they're not looking for food. But if you stay back a little bit downstream, because fish are always pointed upstream. Sometimes they'll feed going downstream. But when they live, they're always pointed upstream, obviously. So if you stay from behind them, downstream, stay back a little bit and cast upstream, one, you never spook them. Two, it's always drifting down, so it looks natural. Three, you'll catch more fish. Bottom line. Anyway, Benson reels that one in. That's one. I'm like, okay, are we going to eat them? And they're like, yeah, we want to eat them. So we kept that one. Threw out again. I let each nephew and niece reel their own in. Some trout. Kept enough for everyone to have one. Limits 5 up there. And then, and each kid was, Emmett was not, he's 16, so he did not reel any fish in. So everybody, all the other kids did, but he hung out there and he helped me clean them. Anyway, so we did that, and so they could keep a couple because they're, under 16. And went back. Turned on the barbecue, put a little seasoning on them, sat down, had trout and eggs for afternoon lunch. It was awesome. So good. Threw a few brand new chicken eggs. We get them from one of our friends over here, the Limas, Holly Lima. We pick up our eggs from over there, and they're they're farm, organic, whatever you want to call it. They're free range. That's what I was looking for. They're free range chickens, and so the eggs are pretty good. So anyway, that was a ton of fun. So there's still a few fish in Deer Creek. There's still a few fish in Hat Creek. They're catching some fish up there, so that's pretty cool. Super, super cool. Yep. Yeah. So you got king salmon on the Smith River. You got trout in a few of the creeks, lakes. Collins Lake is busting wide open. Don Pedro is good. They're planting all the Comanche. They're planting all these lakes with big old trout. So, the old power bait, egg slider, here we go, rigs. It's time to go. So that's pretty cool. They're doing that. And the bass fishing, the spotted bass fishing in Oroville, Shasta, Folsom Bowl is wide open right now. And they're big spots. They're all congregated in some spots. And I'm going to go over some baits here in a second of what we were using out there when we went out and caught a bunch of them. And then striper fishing in the Delta is kicking on. So Sherman Island is kicking out a bunch of fish. Then you go down all the way down to Antioch. So things are going to start San Joaquin side. I don't know if the port's going to start fishing, but I know some fish are starting to get up in there. A few for the reports that I've heard. Not a bunch, but a few.
And I know
Sacramento there.
And I know where the striper aren't right now.
Yeah, the striper are not fish. It's cold, and there's not a bunch of keeper-sized stripers in the Where were you fishing, Stoney?
Oh, we were Knights Landing. So we went to Knights Landing.
Knights Landing boat ramp. A few squawfish, a few little tiny stripers, as you guys would call them, but nothing big. And if something big would have been lurking around, he would have eaten that squawfish up.
Exactly. And we went out, we caught our squawfish. We had the plan. We just couldn't get any takers on the. But what did work a lot is, I'm telling you, and there's a question on the chat, is when are you coming out with your catfish, Brian?
It's coming out soon. But here's the thing. I can't have it just Kevin Brock, catfish Brian, because you're the one that's using it. You're the one he's kind of going. So it's got to be like old farts fishing catfish Brian, produced by Kevin Brock or something. We can put my name. We can put my name on the bottom or something. That's fine.
Yeah, I think we'll come up with something. So that was one question we had in the chat. The other one, Anthony, Anthony, our buddy Anthony, why do the king salmon not run on the feather anymore? So,
well, okay, great question. And the season's closed, and there are still fish coming up, so they are running still. And if you go to the hatchery right now, the hatchery is packed full of fish. They've got all the eggs that they can want, and then some.
So let me clarify. Maybe he says king salmon. So are the salmon in the feather king salmon, or are they kokanee salmon, or is there a difference?
There's a huge difference in that, and they are king salmon in the Feather River.
Okay.
King salmon.
So what kind of salmon are not in the feather?
Well, I mean, this year they saw some pinks. If you guys caught some, I personally caught a sockeye, which is a kokanee, out of the Feather River. It's a sockeye if it goes to the ocean. If it's a kokanee, if it stays in fresh water in the lake. There has been chums caught before. There's been chums caught before, and there has been, I don't know. I'm sure there's been a few dogs up there, which are the pinks. I don't believe the Atlantic has ever come up. Now, there's no real true runs. There's no recorded runs. These are strays. I'm sorry, I didn't mention silvers. And silvers have been definitely caught out of the Feather River. So, out of the 5 species of salmon, all of them have been seen or recorded at the hatchery or caught in the Feather River.
Okay.
There was pinks this year. There were several up at the hatchery. A couple guys caught some. Kind of cool. Sockeyes were recorded in 2001, 2002. There was sockeyes recorded coming into the Feather River. I think they had three to the hatchery in 2001. I caught one of them, so that was kind of cool. And yeah, there's all kinds of cool fish, but the main run is the king salmon. And because of where we're at in this, we want everything native. We don't, but California, gosh, I'm trying to put a positive spin on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to put a positive spin on all this. We could have silvers. We could have sockeye. We could have pinks in this river and run, and they could all spawn. They could all be great. We could have just a plethora. That's the word of the day, plethora of fish out here, but we don't plant them. So that's just the way it is. So the Great Lakes have silvers and and steelhead and king salmon all go up into their tributaries, and we don't do it here.
Yeah. And there was one other question on there about Oroville catfish as far as the dragging technique that we use at Clear Lake. I answered the chat on there because I figured that was kind of my wheelhouse. I've tried it. I've tried dragging Oroville. I've tried dragging Collins. And it's, Clear Lake is kind of a different lake. The only other lake we've been successful dragging was Lake Berryessa, where we've got some big, catfish dragging. But I think the other lakes, the characteristics just aren't there. Berryessa is pretty close to Clear Lake, so maybe there's something with, how the lakes are made. But the dammed up lakes we found, even Folsom, we've tried Folsom and doing the dragging thing, and it doesn't work. We haven't been successful at it. Those are more bait and weight type of lakes, and those fish are real finicky. Meaning, when we're dragging and having a little bit of a tighter drag, they'll hit it and hold on. But in the lakes, when you're waiting and baiting, we typically leave an open bail or very, very little drag. I like to just put a clicker on it, and hear the clicker, kind of click a little bit, and then I'll turn it off, leave an open bail because I know he's there, kind of playing with it, and we end up hooking up a lot of fish doing that with open bails on these other lakes. So, hope that answered your question.
What do you say? Wait and bait.
Bait and wait. Yeah.
Bait and wait.
Bait and wait.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Yeah, I can't wait for the bait and wait.
Yeah.
Tell me which is clearer. When I do this, one,
two. We go to Mr. Eye Doctor Kevin.
Dr. Brock, paging Dr. Brock. I didn't play an eye doctor on General Hospital, but I was a surgeon. Anyway.
No, that's good. Right there, you look great.
Okay. Let's see if we can get something to happen with that. With the way this phone is dialed in here, there we go. Paging Dr. Brock. Paging Dr. I don't know.
See, this is the beauty of the live feed is everybody gets to see everything that happens. When you watch it on YouTube, there's a lot of cuts.
Well, that's what's so great about this. This is as real as it gets.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, we're not fluffing everybody, or we're not saying, hey, call Andy Martin because we're getting some kickback or something like that. No, because that's where the fish are. That's where you want to go. Yeah, Shasta's a great bait and weight catfish lake. So Shasta's amazing catfish lake. I'd like to dial that thing in a little better.
Oh. All right.
More time. I think Oroville's got some big fish up there too.
Oh yeah.
We used to go up there as a kid when I lived in Paradise, and we went down. We walked down this place called Vinton Gulch. If anybody knows where that's at, give us a thumbs up, and we'll send you some free swag. Let me know where Vinton Gulch is if you've ever been there. And we would start a bonfire. All right, we were kids. All right, we were drinking beer too. Okay, I mean, that's just the truth. So, and hanging out, getting away from everybody, casting out big old chicken livers. But we had heavy line. Man, we caught big catfish, some monsters. But speaking of Lake Oroville and Shasta Lake, let's just jump right into the spots. So for some of you bass fishermen out there, maybe you'll just get this thing. Check this bait out. Now, this bait, you can't get anywhere else. Why? Because I made the mold. But check this thing out. I've got, it's kind of like a little creature bait. Get it next there. You can see all the little legs, but then it's got the paddles. But the key thing about the paddles is this is a super soft plastic. So in the cold water, which we're getting into now, in the colder water, those things, they'll still flop. You can run 1/8 ounce on this thing, and those tails will still just plop, 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 all the way down, just slow. Plop, 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 plop. You got to see it to believe it. It is a bass killer. So this is one of my favorite colors. This is cinnamon with purple flake. If any of you guys have fished Shasta and Oroville, you will know that bait right there, it's like a hula grub, but the tail is different. Hula grub's awesome. You can use a football head on this, 1/4 ounce, 3/8, and drag it on the bottom. Just kick up dirt, and all these the heads down there, all those little extra little legs there, see how thin they are? They just move all over. And because they're so soft, they move in the cold water. What else do we do? Smell these babies? We infuse this with a Kick-em-a-pow. What is Kick-em-a-pow?
What?
Kick-em-a-pow. That's what it is. I infuse it with Kick-em-a-pow. It's a special blend of things that I put together for lakes. Okay? And it helps them hold on longer. But that bait right there and that color at this time of year on Shasta, on Oroville, can be number one. Now later on, all your upper lakes, you fish this on a football jig, 3/8 ounce, and you just drag it on the bottom. Pause. Drag. Keep your rod tip low. Pause. Drag. Thump. You'll just feel them thump it, and they just lean on it and just lean on them. It's so cool. The other color is what I call right there, and that's your crawdad color. Sometimes your crawdads at this time of year start getting really, really red. And
so we're gonna have to try those out at Clear Lake because there's a lot of big bass there too.
Oh, well, here's the deal. We rig it different in Clear Lake. So we'll talk about that later. But I've got, call it a swimming jig. It's like a swimming jig. But those tails, you just got to see it in the water. What you do. And it just, I can't do it there. But they just go slow. Not that real fast. They just kind of thump along like that as they're going through. And it's just an amazing bait. So it's one of my number one sellers for the spotted bass during the wintertime. So check that out. Check that bait out. We got those online at fishkevinbrock.com. You can get them at the tackle box and various other stores where they've been selling a bunch of them up to Texas. But I make that's the 3-inch. If you want to chase big fish and you want to go to Clear Lake and stuff like that, I make a 5-inch. That 5-inch. There you go. That's a 5-inch. You know, I don't think I'd be a very good cameraman. I'm just all over the place.
Well, it looks like Anthony and I will go shopping to get some of those for Clear Lake because we want to target some other fish other than catfish out there.
So with that, you're going to Texas rig them.
Yep.
You're going to run at least a 1/4 ounce head. I would go 3/8. So you're going to use a bullet head, 3/8 bullet head. You're going to use a 5/0 extra strong, beefy, sharp, weedless hook. Oh man, I don't have them with. I can't show you how to rig them. Remind me when we go back. We'll do another podcast. We'll do it. And you rig it Texas style, and you just throw it up in the toolies, and you just reel it back slow, let it drop, and those big old paddles just boom, 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 boom. It's this slow thump that you get out of this thing. It's, you know, when a Senko fish is so good, when it drops, it kind of vibrates down and it kind of wiggles. So it wiggles on both sides and they just can't resist it because it looks alive. On this bait, it's not quite like a hula grub. It's made back on it. The legs are back on it. So when all these are in the water, each one of these is individual up there. It's moving like that. And these tails, it curls out that far. See that? It's longer than a normal. I made that longer than a normal curl tail. And see how thick it is?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it like a ribbon tail real fast. I want it boom, 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 like some big old crawdad, big old thing move. And then when it stops, it just kind of undulates. It just kind of moves. And then you drag a little bit and stop. One of my number one baits right there. Right there. I don't even have a name for it. It's just called creature bait. But I made that mold a couple of years ago. There's not another bait like this out there. The hula grubs like it, and it works good, but this will fish better.
What kind of line should we be running for that?
Okay, for the spotted bass in Shasta, Oroville, 8-pound, 10-pound fluoro is great. I love that Sunline. That Sunline fluoro, they make it soft, but it's fluoro, and you can cast it. It doesn't have memory to it, and you get all the characteristics of fluorocarbon out of it. You drag it on the bottom, but you get no stretch, you get no sight, and it fishes really well. It fishes really well. So if you go to Clear Lake, though, I want you fishing braid on it, or if you're fishing that in the Delta, you can punch with it, but it's not as good. I got a beaver tail you can punch with better, but you can swim it. It's like a swimming jig. Cast out, reel it back in. You can run a 5/0 hook on it, and it'll fit it. But I want you using braid. If you're going to run mono, run at least 20.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're looking for big fish.
Perfect.
The other thing right now that's working really great on the Lake Oroville, Shasta, things like that, is this number one finesse worm. Just pulled it out of the package. Right there. It's just a little white one. Little white color. Package there. Unrigged. Straight up, old school, salt and pepper. Clear with some pepper flake in it, little salt flash in there. That's it. Drop shot that baby. Now, I make mine, they're super soft. You're going to catch 3 or 4 fish on them, they're going to tear, they're going to be done. Again, in cold water, the softer plastic moves more. When you talk to finesse fishermen, they'll all say the same thing. The softer baits get more bites. Are you out there to save a worm, or are you out there to catch fish? Because one bags, like you can buy these at the tackle box in Chico or online. You can buy one, get one free on different days. It's $5 or 10. So now all of a sudden you got 20 for $5. All right, $5, you're going to get 2 to 3 bites, sometimes more on each worm. Who cares? Who cares if they're shaking it off every third or fourth fish?
Right.
Soft baits catch more fish, and this is infused with Kick-em-a-Pow also. You're going to hear a lot more about Kick-em-a-Pow coming up over the time. So we might even have to add a little bit of Kick-em-a-Pow to our catfish brine.
I've never heard of Kick-em-a-Pow, but I think we're going to have to get some of that from you somehow.
Kick-em-a-Pow is pretty cool stuff. So, like I said, that's my mixture of blends of different things that I've used over the years that different fish like, and it's good. And it's infused in it. It's not just a drop on the outside. I mix it in the bait. Because I hand pour it all, it's not injected by a machine. Machines can't hold the scent because it gets too hot and it burns out the scent. If you know the right temperature, you can put the scent in right before you inject it, and it doesn't dilute the scent out. So there's a little. That's how we do it. But it takes a lot of time. But we like to do that because it catches more fish. But soft plastics in wintertime, the softer the plastic, the more bites you will get bass fishing, hands down. Hands down.
Very good.
So that's a good little tip of the week there.
I think we should get some shirts that say Kick-em-a-Pow, fishkevinbrock.com.
All right. Well, we'll have it by the ISC. I think ISC show, you'll be there, I'll be there. We'll be selling rods. We'll be selling stuff. I think they're going to let me do a seminar on kokanee fishing. We'll talk about that more, but that will be upcoming, and you can check that out at fishkevinbrock.com.
When is
Yeah.
When is the ISC show?
Oh, no.
I don't know.
Middle January, 13th through 14th, 18th through 21st, something like that. If I wasn't using my phone, I'd look up on the calendar.
That's all right. We'll have it next week, and people can tune in and find out.
We'll get there. We're still a ways away. We're just in November. We haven't hit December yet. We've got Thanksgiving coming up. Man, can't wait for that. I love Thanksgiving. You got Monster King salmon on the Smith River and all your coastal rivers, southern coastal rivers in Oregon. If you love that, the tug is the drug. If you love that big fish, that big bite, get up there, hook up there with Andy Martin. He'll get you out with some guides or take you out himself, make it happen for you. Who else? I mean, those guys, a lot of my buddies are all booked up there. Mike Stratman, he's an awesome fisherman up there. I'm sure he's booked though, but you can look him up, Stratman's Guide Service. And then, there's just a lot of guys, good guys up there. But get up there, it's hardcore fishing. It's pretty cool, man. One of the last wild scenic rivers left. It's a gem. It's a gem just to go down it, and let alone be able to catch a big old king salmon. Big king salmon. Yeah, that's pretty good. Life is good, buddy. Life is good. You know, it's been another great podcast. We've talked about physical ailments, and we've talked about different things. And, you know, I just always want to take and stop for a second and give the glory to where the glory needs to be, give the thanks to where it needs to be, and that's the man upstairs. We wouldn't have another day. We wouldn't have a chance if it wasn't for him. I'm doing my best to get to heaven. I make mistakes and stuff too, but if anybody ever needs to talk about it or want to talk about it, let me know, and we'll sit down and chat about that a little bit, and maybe help get you in the right direction. Maybe you just need a prayer or something. You can put it in the comments or something like that. Maybe just someone, hey, there's power in prayer. It doesn't hurt to have someone praying for you. We have a prayer chain, a list that's miles long. I don't even feel like I pray for everybody I need to. I pray for you sometimes, Tony. I pray for when your wife was going through that, when you're praying for her, I don't want no pat on the back for praying for you. That's just what I think helps.
Right.
So I want to help people. So if you know of anybody who needs prayer, let us know, and we'll pray for them.
Oh.
So, but yeah, it's a good thing. We want to thank all our sponsors out there, everybody who makes this happen. Someone was saying the other day, They're like, oh, you need to put a comb through your hair. Your hair's all messed up. I put a hat on today. So I think 2 or 3 people said that. Now they're just jealous because I still got hair. Oh well, that's all right. No, it's all good. It's good to have hair. Good to have a hat on. You can get these hats, stuff like that. Old Farts Fishing. Check him out. Like that. Subscribe to that. We got all their swag there at the Tackle Box. I think there's some at Johnson's, or was, or should be, or needs to be.
One of the above.
Yeah, all of the above, something like that. And the bait and tackle stores around here carrying all our stuff. You're going to start seeing lots more. We've got, I don't know, like 60 stores or something now that carry our product, and it's just still growing, So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty dang cool.
Well, very cool.
Touch screen didn't work on that. It's asking me to. And then, God is good. I mean, I shot ducks, deer, caught steelhead, caught trout, caught bass, got an infusion. The dog's paid. Dang it.
Been a busy week.
Hopefully she'll be feeling better. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll be steelhead fishing tomorrow morning. So on the Feather River. I think if the sun's out, we'll let everybody know. I think I'm going to use some little Cleos. The little Cleos, once the sun gets out, those fish can get aggressive and just smoke those things. They grab them pretty hard. And then they instantly come jumping out of the water. It's pretty cool. So we'll try that. What do you got going on?
We're actually going to go to the NorCal Guides thing on Sunday or Saturday night to just check it out.
Awesome. Hey, thank you for supporting that. If you guys want to support that, go to NorCal Guides and Sportsmen's Association. They do a lot of work for our fisheries. If you're into supporting that, they can use support. They can use memberships. They can do it all. It's a fun dinner. Have a great time. I've been on the board. I've been to many of them. We won't be able to make it on this one, but we're glad that you're going and you're supporting the Northern California, representing it, and hopefully, you got a lot of. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff, a lot of people. And when we had our Corona account, we used to donate all the alcohol to there. So there was a lot of people drinking, having a good time.
Yeah. And then Ben Harper's on. He's a big catfish guy. He's entered in the tournaments. He says, is it wrong to pray for big catfish at the Catfish Bash? And no, it's not wrong because I've already done it. And that's now you got another one of my secrets, Ben. You got to stop tapping into my secrets.
It's never wrong. It's the intent of a prayer is where it's at. God says he hears all prayers, if your door is open to him. But if you're just praying for greed, I want $1 million or I want this, probably ain't going to happen. Does prayer work? Yeah. I mean, we can go into a long whole detail on this, but yeah, it does. And the medical field are the greatest minds of all, doctors, surgeons, MDs. They all say there's another factor. Science says you should be dead. They told me I should be dead. On paper, I was dead, and I was talking to them. They're like, how is that possible? It's the God factor. So if God can keep you alive, God can catch you a big catfish. Is he going to do it or not? I don't know, but it sure don't hurt, Ben. It don't hurt at all. And then I pray for everybody that they all catch fish too, but not quite as big as yours.
Well, I've been praying for Ben. I just pray that he catches the fish.
Come on, Ben. We're rooting for you, buddy. We're rooting for you. It's not wrong at all. No. And as long as it's not, vindictive or something like that, if it's coming from the heart, of course it's not wrong.
No, absolutely. So Kevin, this hour just flew by today, and I think one of the reasons why it flew by was we actually were able to get it going, get it online. I'm working on the Echo thing on my side. I just ordered while we were around here. I ordered a new headset with a microphone. Maybe that's going to help, cut some of this echo. So thanks you guys for providing that feedback.
But we are at 8 o'clock. And Kevin, man, any final words you want to say before we log this
Or at
thing
8
off?
o'clock. Oh, and if you want to book a trip, fishkevinbrock.com. You want anything that we've showed today, fishkevinbrock.com. If you want to see anything, the fishing that you're going into, ask questions, throw it on there. Go to fishkevinbrock.com. Check out Old Farts Fishing. We always throw this stuff there at the end, but it's all there. It's all there to help out. And, it's not like we're an infomercial. We're just a couple of dudes trying to do better, trying to help people out, and trying to catch some fish.
There you go. So that's it, guys. Thanks for checking in. And the edited version of this and all the past versions are on YouTube under Old Farts Fishing. So go check out all the past podcasts with Kevin, especially some of the early ones. There's a lot of great information. You get to really know Kevin and his story, what he's about, and a lot of inspirational stuff in those. So definitely check them out.
All good. Well, we get another day. We thank you all for you pray for us, and we'll pray for you. God bless you all, and thank you all. And remember, kick him a pow.
Kick him a pow.